Hi, I'm Marina Brizes and I'm the head of senior school here at Melbourne North Secondary College. Through this presentation, we're going to explain the senior learning pathways that are available for your child at our college in 2023. As our senior school program can be tailored for individual students, which pathways could your child take at Melbourne North Secondary College? They could complete their Victorian Certificate of Education. They could complete their VCE, including a vocational education and training course, or they could go down the pathway of the Victorian Vocational Major, currently known as VCAL, or they could complete their VM with a Head Start apprenticeship. All VCE units run for 5 periods over the week. In Year 11, you would choose 6 subjects and 5 subjects in Year 12. If you chose to include a VET course, that would simply replace one of your subjects. So in Year 11, you would have English, your VET course, and 4 other subjects over the week. Most students will attempt a straight VCE consisting of 12 units in Year 11 and 10 units in Year 12. The VCEA completion requirements. Put simply, in order to gain your VCE certificate over the 2 years, you need to pass a minimum of 16 units. This is made up of at least 3 units of English, including a 3-4 sequence, and 3 further 3-4 sequences. Passing each unit remains a school-based decision, and this is achieved by gaining a pass for each of the outcomes in the unit. The college also has an 80% attendance requirement. For more information, go to our website under Senior School and our Policies and Procedures Handbook. Assessment, Year 11 or Units 1 and 2 is school-based and students are given letter grades from UG to A+. Units 3 and 4, usually completed in Year 12, are made up of SACs, School Assessed Coursework. Some units also have SATs, School Assessed Tasks. They're usually the art tech subjects and it's made up of folios or finished products. There is an exam at the end of the year and all this makes up a study score which is out of 50. This in turn is then used to calculate your ATAR or the Australian Tertiary Admissions Rank, and as the name implies, it's mainly used by universities and some TAFEs to rank prospective applicants. Now I'm going to hand over to our VCAL manager, Rebecca Woodall, who will take you through the senior secondary reform changes.
Thanks, Marina. My name's Rebecca Woodall. I'm the VCAL manager at Melbourne North Secondary College, and I'm going to talk you through some of the changes to VCE from the senior secondary reform. From 2023, we will be moving into a new integrated senior secondary certificate. Put simply, this means that there will be one VCE certificate and students will choose which pathway they pursue within that, depending on what their interests are and what their needs are when they leave school. So one pathway is towards an ATAR score and the other is the vocational major, which is designed to enable students to successfully transition into apprenticeships, traineeships, further education and training, or directly into employment. This vocational major replaces the senior and intermediate VCAL certificates. Now, what this means for 2023 course selection is that students that are choosing the vocational major pathway will select VM units, and they will also be required to select a VET course. The graphic on the screen now gives you an example of the 3 main learning pathways that students choose to take when they are studying for their VCE. So on the left, there is what is commonly referred to as a straight VCE, which results in students achieving an ATAR. In the middle, you have the VCE with a VET component, which also can achieve an ATAR. And on the far right of the slide is the new VCE VM, which also includes a VET component, has structured workplace learning component, but does not result in the students achieving an ATAR score. The VCE Vocational Major is structured very similar to the VCAL program that we have run successfully here at Melbourne North Secondary College for many years. Students attend school for 3 days with face-to-face learning, and they'll have 1 day at VET or TAFE and 1 day in a structured workplace learning environment. The changes for the vocational major next year occur in the content within the units that they study. The eligibility to successfully gain the VCE-VM are now the same as what is required to achieve your VCE, plus students have to do a VET course. Some VET courses can be counted as a 3-4 sequence, and these can be identified through the counselling process at school. Students who have completed intermediate VCAL in 2022 will complete the VCE Vocational Major in 2023. Students in Year 11 that are pursuing a vocational pathway will commence the VCE Vocational Major certificate in 2023. For students studying the vocational major pathway, they will need to meet the same eligibility requirements as a student studying the VCE. Satisfactory completion of 16 units of study over the 2 years, including 3 units of literacy, including a 3-4 sequence, 3 sequences of units 3 and 4 other than literacy, and a minimum of 180 hours of a VET certificate. In 2023, VCE Vocational Major students will undertake literacy, numeracy, work-related skills and personal development skills units. These units are designed to relate directly to real-world experiences, but are structured quite similar to VCE units in that each unit is standalone and has a different theme. For example, literacy and numeracy projects will relate directly to workplace environments and real-world situations. Work-related skills includes units on careers and learning for the future, workplace skills and capabilities, industrial relations, workplace environment and practices, and culminates with students preparing a portfolio and practicing presenting that ready for transition into the workplace. Personal development skills concentrates on students learning more about their own strengths that they can apply to the workplace, but also to community projects. As I mentioned earlier, a week for a VCE Vocational Major student can look a little bit like this. They can have 3 days at school where they study their Vocational Major units, 1 day at TAFE, and 1 day at a structured work placement. We strongly encourage students to find their own work placement and that this links in with what they are studying at TAFE. We've had many examples of students that have successfully transitioned from school into full-time apprenticeships because they've got the experience from their TAFE course and their structured work placement. Vocational education training that's delivered to secondary students. VET programs are an awesome opportunity for students to achieve an extra qualification on top of their VCE or VCE-VM certificate. VET programs usually take up to 2 years to complete, but there are some that can be completed within 1 year, but generally most students will take 2 years to complete their VET qualification. Some VET programs can be credited as a 3-4 sequence and attract a study score. This generally means that students will participate in an exam type qualification run by the TAFE. If you are thinking of getting a ATAR and studying a VET unit, we do ask you to consider this carefully as you'll be missing 1 day of week from school. All students participating in the VCE Vocational Major learning pathway, it is a minimum requirement that you complete 180 hours of VET over the 2 years. We have three main providers of our VET programs. They are TAFE Gippsland, who have campuses in Morwell, Yallourn, Warragul, Traralgon and Leongatha, Community College Gippsland, which are based in Leongatha and Warragul, and Apprenticeship Group Australia, which have campuses in Morwell, Korumburra and Kurnai. It is important to note that it is the student's responsibility to get to the VET course. This is something to keep in mind whilst deciding on which course might suit you the best. As you can see from the list on the screen now, there is an extensive range of VET courses available to students through our main providers. However, we do understand that sometimes students will have very specific interests, and these might not be covered by the range of courses on the screen now. If this is the case, we ask you to discuss this at the course counselling sessions over the next few weeks, because we will help the students identify alternative courses that may be open to them. Head Start is an apprenticeship and traineeship pathway for school students. It allows students to undertake their VCE Vocational Major studies or VCE while starting an apprenticeship. Employers and students are supported by a Head Start coordinator through the whole course of their apprenticeship or traineeship. And depending on the needs of the employer, a learning program is designed to enable students to complete their VCE Vocational Major or VCE subjects on site, as well as attending their TAFE and their workplace. We encourage any students that are interested in learning more about a Head Start pathway to discuss this at their course counselling sessions over the next coming weeks. And they can also reach out to Nicole Hobson, who is our Head Start coordinator, at the email address on the screen now. Alternatively, if they bring that up at the course counselling session, we can have Nicole contact them. Now I'm going to hand back to Marina, who will take you through the process of pathway and subject selections.
Thanks for that, Rebecca. Okay, choosing your VCE or VM learning program. So, where to start? Firstly, check which units we offer at the college. You can read a brief outline of the units in the Senior School Handbook, which is available on our website. If you want more information, go to the VCA website for in-depth unit descriptions. When choosing units, consider the following. What interests you? What subjects are you good at? What jobs could you see yourself doing after you leave school? Are there any prerequisites for the courses you might be interested in? Prerequisites are subjects that you must pass in order to get into certain tertiary courses. For example, if you're interested in education, many courses require a Year 12 maths. Finally, choose units that keep your options open. Commonly asked questions. Can I do my VCE over more than 2 years? Yes, you can, and we've had students in the past who have done so. The important thing is to pass the subjects you need and get the ATAR you require. Can I move between the VCE and the VM? Again, yes you can, but if you're going to change over, do so early in the semester. Otherwise, pass the VCE units and then get credit in the Vocational Major certificate. Should I do mathematics in Year 11 and 12? Again, if you're good at maths, you should. Always do the hardest maths you're able, as it's one of those subjects that keeps your options open. Should I do German in VCE? Like mathematics, yes you should. Once again, it's a subject that expands your tertiary options. Can I study a unit by distance education if it's not offered here? Yes, you can, but I would strongly discourage students from doing so, as it takes a very mature, independent and motivated learner to do well in a subject studied via distance. Last year, the college moved to online subject selection. And earlier today, I sent all current students a link via their school email address. When you click on the link, you will receive an access code and password to Web Preference Manager. Click on Add Preferences, then follow the instructions to complete your subject selections. At the end, you'll be asked to print a receipt which a parent or carer and the student must sign and then return to the senior school office. This is what the link looks like, and it should already be in your school email account. If you've not received the link, please come and see me and I will resend it. The subject selection process. Over the next week, we will be running subject selection counselling sessions for all year levels. As you can see, we start tomorrow with next year's Year 10s, followed by the 2023 Year 12s on Friday and the Year 11s on Monday. Students have already received their appointment times and parents are welcome to attend. Subject selections for all year levels should be uploaded and the receipt handed in at the senior school office by Thursday the 11th of August. Obviously, subjects can only run if they have viable numbers. By mid-October, we aim to release the subject blocks for next year. I will speak individually to students who have either chosen subjects that are running or have clashes within the block to discuss their options. Once again, the college is running Step Up at the end of Term 4. This entails the current Year 9s to 11s starting next year's subjects. The program gives students the opportunity to experience what their chosen subjects entail, get a head start in that subject, or, if need be, the chance to change their minds and pick another subject before the new year begins. Hopefully we've explained the various senior learning pathways at Melbourne North Secondary College and the 2023 subject selection process. If you have any questions, please contact either myself or Rebecca at the college. Thank you.